Look up at the sky on a clear day. It's blue, obviously. Now here's something that sounds impossible. For most of human history, nobody ever called the sky blue. In fact, they may not have even seen it as blue at all. This isn't a wild theory. It is one of the strangest discoveries in the history of language and the human mind. Because the story of the colour blue might just change how you think about reality itself. Our story starts in the 1850s, with a British scholar named William Gladstone. Gladstone was obsessed with the ancient Greek poet Homer. He read every word Homer ever wrote, again and again. And he noticed something very strange. Homer described the sea over and over, but he never once called it blue. Instead, he called the sea wine dark, the wine dark sea. At first, Gladstone thought maybe Homer was just being poetic, but then it got stranger. He started counting the colours in Homer's writing. Black appeared nearly 200 times, white about 100. Red appeared a handful of times, yellow and green barely at all. And blue appeared 0 times, not once in all of Homer's work. Gladstone wondered if Homer was just unusual, so others went looking, and what they found was astonishing. They checked ancient texts from all over the world, ancient Hebrew, ancient Chinese, ancient Icelandic. The pattern was everywhere. Almost no ancient culture had a word for blue, and it was always the same order. Every language got its colour words in almost the exact same sequence. First, every language had words for black and white, dark and light. Then came red, the colour of blood and fire, then yellow and green, the colours of plants, the sun, the living world, and almost always the very last colour to get a name was blue. So why blue? Why was this one colour always the last to be named? The answer is beautifully simple. In nature, blue barely exists. Think about it. How many naturally blue things can you actually name? There are no blue plants you can eat. No blue animals roaming the land where early humans lived. Blue flowers are rare. Blue eyes didn't even exist until a few thousand years ago. Even water isn't really blue. It's clear. It only looks blue when there's enough of it, reflecting a sky we hadn't named yet. And the two biggest blue things of all? The sky and the sea. But you can't hold the sky. You can't paint with the sea. They're not objects. They're just there. So for early humans, blue was a colour with almost nothing to attach it to, and a colour you never need to name. You may never truly notice. There was just one place on Earth where blue did exist as something you could hold. Ancient Egypt. The Egyptians adored a blue gemstone called lapis lazuli, traded from faraway mountains. It was so precious they wanted more of it. So they did something no one had done before. They made blue. They invented the world's first artificial pigment. We now call it Egyptian blue. And here's the key. The Egyptians were one of the very first cultures to have a real word for blue. It's almost as if, once they could make blue and use it, they finally needed to name it. Name it, use it, and start to truly see it. Which leads to the deepest question of all. If you don't have a word for a colour, can you even see it properly? It sounds absurd. Surely your eyes see blue whether you have a word for it or not, and you'd be partly right. Your eyes do detect it, but seeing isn't just about your eyes, it's about your brain. And scientists found a way to actually test this, with a remote tribe called the Himba. The Himba language has many words for shades of green, but no separate word for blue. So researchers showed them a circle of green squares, with one single blue square among them. To us, the blue square jumps out instantly, impossible to miss. But many Himba people struggled to pick it out at all. Some couldn't find it. Without a word to separate blue from green, their brain simply didn't flag it as different. But here's the twist. Show them a green square that's only slightly different from the others, and they spot it instantly. A difference we can barely see at all. Their words for green sharpened their sight. Our missing words for green dulled ours. The words you have don't just describe what you see, they shape it. So what does all of this mean for you right now? It means the world you see isn't a perfect window onto reality. It's a version of reality, shaped by the words and ideas your culture handed you. Ancient humans weren't blind. Their eyes worked exactly like yours. They simply hadn't carved blue out of the world yet. To them it was part of the sky, part of the sea, not a thing of its own. And it makes you wonder, what colours, what ideas are we still missing today? What's right in front of us that we simply don't have the words to see? So the next time you look up at that clear blue sky, remember that for thousands of years, no one saw it the way you do now. Blue was always there. The light never changed. Only we did. We didn't discover blue by looking harder. We discovered it by finally giving it a name, and that might be the most amazing thing the human mind has ever done. If that blew your mind, stick around.